Welcome into Drew Daily Diamonds for Tuesday, June 17th, 2025. I am Drew Martin breaking down the Major League Baseball slate for MLB bets coming your way. We got a favorite, we got an underdog, we got a couple totals as well. So let me know in the comments below where you agree, where you disagree. All is welcome. Your picks, any sport, it helps grow the show. Smash that like button if you're liking the content. As we got first game up, we are heading to Yankee Stadium. LA Angels, New York Yankees, 7:05 game 2 of the series. It's Kyle Hendricks going for the Halos. Will Warren going for the Yanks. Minus 210, that is the Yankees as the heavy home favorite, total of 9. Now, Kyle Hendricks here going for the Angels, 35-year-old out of Dartmouth, 5.2 ERA. He's actually been decent recently. We've had mixed success going against him. But really, I mean, he's got 5 strikeouts, 3 walks, the last 2 starts going 12 innings. I mean, 5 strikeouts in 12 innings. Now going up against one of the best lineups in baseball at home in Yankee Stadium. I think he's going to have a rough outing here. He's up against Will Warren, the 26-year-old, off of one of his best starts of the season, going 5 2/3, blanking the Royals lineup. I think he's able to carry that over. I mean, he's got a Royals, Angels 2-step here. The Angels haven't been good offensively. I mean, they're bottom 10 overall. They're bottom 10 against righties. Their bullpen hasn't been very good either. The Yankees are the only way I'm looking here, guys. Now, minus 210, it's a little expensive for my blood. So with them being at home, we'll get the price down a little bit. Yankees minus the 1 line at home over the Angels. That's how we're starting off the Tuesday slate. We'll move down the list here, heading to the Queen City. We get Minnesota and Cincinnati. David Festa going for the Twins. Andrew Abbott, the lefty, going for the Reds. Minus $1.25. That is the big red machine at home. Total of 9. Now, Minnesota comes in, a game over 500. This is game 1 of the series. Both teams were off yesterday. But Minnesota losing 4 straight, kind of offensively, not all there. They got David Festa on the hill. There is some bet on things about him. The 25-year-old out of Seton Hall, he's off of his best start of the year. He went 6 innings, only 3 hits given up, 2 earned. But the problem is betting Minnesota, 1, the price, you're not getting much of a kickback. And 2, Andrew Abbott for the Reds, he's been great. I mean, the 26-year-old out of Virginia, the last time out, 9 innings, shutout baseball, only 3 hits given up against Cleveland. He's a guy that's, changes speeds. He's not going to kind of be electric, not that sexy, but only 41 hits and 62 innings. He's got a sub-2 ERA. He's a guy I'm looking to bet on. Both of these offenses, kind of middle of the pack overall. But really the story here is in the later innings, if we get to the bullpen, both of these 2 bullpens, by my numbers, top 10 in baseball. That's what's kind of helped them both be over 500 coming into this series. Now, I know Cincinnati, a little bit more of a hitter's ballpark, but still, a total of 9, I think it's a little too high. I'm going under in the Twins and the Reds for the second game on Tuesday. We got next one up, heading to the Windy City in Chicago. Milwaukee Brewers, Chicago Cubs for the top 2 teams in the NL Central squaring off for this series. This is game 1 of the series. Both teams off yesterday. We get Chad Patrick going for the Brewers. And he's up against Brown for the Cubs. Cubs minus 142 as the home favorite. Doing this show the day before here on Monday afternoon, heading into the overnight market. And, of course, it being in Wrigley Field, no total just yet. But either way, we're going with the side here. And Patrick for the Brewers, the 26-year-old rookie, we've talked about him a couple times. We did lose last time betting on him, but overall, we've been making a little bit of money with him. The 26-year-old rookie is one of the guys. He went 14-1 last year in AAA. One of those pitchers they just couldn't keep in the minors anymore. They put him here in the show. And sure enough, he's got a 3.2 ERA. He's pitched really well. He's up against Brown, the 25-year-old second-year guy, so young matchup with the starting pitching matchup. But Brown, you look at his numbers. I mean, a lot of people like him, a high prospect guy, but he's got near a 6 ERA. And actually, recently, he hasn't been all that great. I mean, sometimes he goes out and he's electric, kind of shutting down the offense. But recently, what have you done for me recently? That's how I like to handicap baseball. He's given up 6+ runs in 3 of his last 5 starts. So I wouldn't be surprised if he gets hit around a little bit by this Brewers offense. I mean, the Brewers are 5 games over 500, and their bullpen's been better. Now, actually, the Cubs bullpen, in all fairness, has been pretty good, but the Cubs bats Overall good of recent, the last week, they're actually bottom 3 in Major League Baseball by weighted runs created plus metric. So getting a plus 130 price tag here with the Brewers, I think it's a little too tall. I think it's a toss-up game. So we'll put the 30 cents in our pocket. We're going Milwaukee Brewers plus 130 with Patrick on the hill. We got one game left. It will be the nightcap for the show. But a reminder, if you could comment below, it does help grow the show. The algorithm on YouTube, all is welcome. Any questions, fire away. Your picks, any analysis. I'll be in there chiming it up with you guys. If you're interested in premium picks, good day to check out WagerTalk.com. It's $5 Tuesday. All plays discounted to just $5. Do have a top play available, client play here that we're not breaking down on the show, discounted to just $5. So check that out. Experts page, Drew Martin, WagerTalk.com. All right, we got the nightcap here. It is 9:40 Eastern on the West Coast, the Pacific Northwest. It's the Seattle Mariners hosting the Boston Red Sox. Walker Buehler on the hill for the Sox. We get Brennan Wu going for the Mariners. Minus 170, that is the M's as the home favorite. 7.5 being the total. Now, the story here, Rafael Devers traded out of Boston. Of course, kind of some issues off the field, what position to play. And he didn't want to move off of third base, even though, the metrics say throughout his career he was a below average third baseman. He ended up DHing kind of reluctantly. And then the first baseman went down for Boston, and he didn't want to play first base. Either way, he gets shipped out of Boston. The trade with San Francisco, really the first blockbuster trade of the MLB season. A lot of people negative on it for Boston. And sure, I agree with it statistically, the middle of the lineup going to be hurting here for the Red Sox. But sometimes, when a player, your highest paid player is kind of an issue in the locker room, it's not always great for the team. And I could actually see Boston playing some better baseball, at least in the short term. Some guys doing a little bit heavier lifting, seeing their opportunity. That's the way I look at it. And I know I'm in the minority, so feel free to comment below if you disagree, reasons why, or maybe you do agree. I just haven't found many people that say, maybe Boston could be a bet-on team. I mean, they have been playing pretty good baseball. They're in a wild card position in the American League. They've won 5 straight coming into this series, but keep in mind this is game 2. I don't know how game 1 ended up. But either way, breaking this particular game down, Walker Buehler, the 30-year-old out of Vanderbilt, he's got north of a 5 ERA, north of a 5 FIP. He's given up 15 runs his last 14 innings pitched for the Red Sox, including 23 hits. So for whatever reason, he's not able to keep these MLB batters off balance. He's getting hit around. He's up against Wu, which overall for his career, the Seattle Mariners pitcher has been great, but he's lost each of his last 2 starts, given up 9 earned, 4 home runs in those 2 starts. So I think Boston's going to be able to put up some crooked numbers as well. We get a 7.5 as this total. The Mariners offense has been surprisingly good this year. They've been great against righties, and both bullpens, by my numbers, bottom half of MLB, particularly Seattle, who we've known to have a pretty good bullpen in years past. They're bottom 5 over the last month if you go by bullpen whip. So 7.5 is a low number, and we get it minus 105 juice towards the over. I think we get there. I think we get 8 runs plus in the nightcap, guys. So we're going to go Red Sox Mariners over 7.5 for the nightcap bet. We get the Milwaukee Brewers in recap plus 130 over the Cubs. We get the Minnesota Twins, Cincinnati Reds under 9. That will be the best bet for the show. And we started it off with the Bronx Bombers minus 1 line at home. So, guys, that does it for the Tuesday show. Check out WagerTalk.com, $5 Tuesday, Drew Martin Experts page. Comment below, smash that like button. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. Thanks for tuning in.